subscribe, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos as well, man. I want to thank everyone that does watch and share my videos. You guys are the absolute best, man. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into my Week 5 picks. But before we go into my picks totally, I want to talk about my results from Week 4, man. I really do. All right, let's go ahead and get into those. First game I covered, Browns at Redskins. I took the Redskins. That got me a win. Browns 20, Redskins 31. That was huge for me, man. I'll take that W all day, okay? I'll take that W all day. Redskins did just enough. They got the game, all right? Next game I want to talk about, Giants-Vikings. I took the Vikings in that game. Got myself another win. Giants 10, Vikings 24. Odell Beckham out there losing his mind, okay? He's doing a bunch of crazy stuff. He's getting personal fouls. He's scoring nuts out there. Hey, get him under control, but you can get me that win too. You know what I'm saying? I will take that all day, all right? Next game, last but not least, my favorite game, your favorite game, our favorite game, the Jets game, man. Seattle Seahawks at New York Jets. I took the Seattle Seahawks, talked about all the Jets issues, and week after week after week, we just keep losing in the same fashion. We keep getting out coached, we keep getting out executed. That's what it comes down to. Seattle Seahawks 27, Jets 17. I mean, Russell Wilson went out there, went crazy, had a 300-yard game. Jimmy Graham was just running around, I mean, damn near wide open. I mean, the defensive game plan just didn't make much sense. It's the same thing week after week. So let's go ahead and get into Week 5, man. Let's just go ahead and get into Week 5. We're going to put Week 4 behind us. It's in the past, okay? First game I want to talk about Week 5, New England Patriots at Cleveland Browns. Listen, some Browns fans in my inbox saying, hey, Joe, you know, we playing the Pats this week. What do you think we can do? First off, you know, the Browns are already down a lineman in Irving. That's going to be huge because the Pats front seven will get after you. If the Houston game didn't show you that, where they just literally undressed Houston and shut them out, I don't know what will. You've got to get Crowell. He's got to continue to run the ball effectively. He has some solid games coming up. Get him outside. Get him outside those tackles and get him moving. Also, you got to get him involved in the passing game as well. Have him catch some balls coming out the backfield. Get Barnidge involved too. You got Terrell Pryor. He's provided that spark. You got to keep that spark going. Get him going. You know, he can also throw the ball too. Get some trick plays. Get some packages involved, so you can start running some trickery against this Patriots front seven, because they are good, a lot better than people have thought they were in the past, man. I mean, Collins, that dude is a monster out there, man, and they've got a lot of guys on that Patriots defense that's really good. Long, Branch, some of their defensive linemen, these guys can get after you, man. So you've got to get some misdirection. You got to get some counters going. You got to do something to attack this Patriots defense and get them moving. On the Pat side, man, Tom Brady is back, okay? And I know a lot of people expect him to come out and just annihilate the Browns and just throw for 350. I don't think he's ready to do that just yet, okay? For him to miss the time that he's missed, I think he's going to come back just a little bit rusty, just a little bit. I'm not saying he's going to come out there and look crazy. It's Tom Brady, you know what I'm saying? But I think he's going to have a little bit of rust on him. But I think what they're going to try to do in this game is they're going to try to get the synergy going with him, Gronk, and Bennett. I think these big sets, just like they've done in the past with Gronk and Hernandez when Hernandez was on the team, I think that big set is going to create matchup nightmares for the Browns. I think they're going to have issues getting that covered. Edelman is listed as questionable on the injury report along with a couple other guys, but listen, we all know that the Patriots play these games with injury reports, and they list guys questionable and doubtful and all that are totally healthy and they're going to play. Excuse me. So I think that Edelman is going to play. I think he'll see some targets as well. I also expect to see LeGarrette Blount have a very solid game. This is a guy that's been running fairly well this year. So with that said, man, I'm taking the New England Patriots to win this game. I think that Tom Brady coming back is going to be huge for them, clearly. And I think he'll start and get his role. And I think as the season goes on, man, he is going to let people have it this year. I mean, this is a pissed off Tom Brady coming back from a suspension that he didn't feel that he deserved. And I think they're just going to start putting it on teams and just start literally trying to blow teams out. Like just, I'm going to try to hang 50 on you. Like I really think that's what the Patriots are going to do this year to prove a point to the league that, hey, you can't stop us. You tried to suspend our guy, and now we're going to just put our foot in your you-know-whats. You know what I mean? So, again, with that said, I am taking the New England Patriots. So, next game I want to cover, Cincinnati Bengals at the Dallas Cowboys. Listen, I like the Cowboys. I've liked what they've done, but they're very banged up coming into this game. You know, you got Dez that's not going to be playing. Tyron Smith, the big tackle for the Cowboys, part of their awesome offensive line. He's not going to be playing. Scandrick, you know, the Cowboys DB, he's not going to be playing. They've got some other linebackers that are banged up too. This Cowboys team is injury riddled, man. They've got a lot of things going on there. They've got a lot of guys hurt, and so that makes me look at this offense, especially without Dez and Smith, and you got to look at Dak Prescott and say, hey, can this guy find other targets? Beasley, all these other guys they have out there. Can they get Ezekiel Elliott coming out the backfield? Can he catch some footballs? Can he run effectively against the Cincinnati defense, which it's tough to run against. Geno Atkins and Dunlap up front, especially with Smith not playing. I mean, those guys are going to be able to get after you. You got to get these guys blocked. Where is Dak going to go with the football? Is Dak going to use his feet in this game as well to continue to make plays when no guys are open? I mean, those are all questions you're going to have. And this Cincinnati Bengals defense is so stout, man. They're just so stout out there. I just have a hard time seeing Dak Prescott go out there and thinking he's going to put up numbers against them, because they've really shut down a lot of very consistent, solid offenses. But offensively, I like the Bengals, man. I think the Bengals, especially with Scandrick and all these other guys that are banged up on the Cowboys defense, he's got to find A.J. Green early and often, man. Hill and Giovanni Bernard, they've got to find some type of synergy. Start running the football. Run the football at these guys and get some things going, man, offensively. I want to see Dalton just be able to get the ball out of his hands quick and find guys, And with that said, man, I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals. I think they win this game, and I think it's simply because the Cowboys are so banged up. If the Cowboys were full strength, I think it'd be a lot closer than what I believe it's going to be, but I am taking the Cincinnati Bengals to win this game confidently. Last but not least, your favorite game, my favorite game, our favorite game, the Jets game, baby. Listen, New York Jets at Pittsburgh Steelers. Look, I'm sorry, man, but the Jets are going into this game just not looking very good. You have no Brian Winters, which is our starting right guard. You have no Eric Decker, which is the number 2 wide receiver for the Jets. Quincy Enunwa is questionable. No Jalen Marshall. I mean, this offense is not looking very good. You got Ryan Fitzpatrick out there throwing interceptions left and right. I mean, he's turning the ball over like crazy. It just looks so bad out there. Listen, this Steelers defense can get after you. Okay, can get after you. Our offensive line is already thin as is, so this is definitely going to test our depth with Brian Winters being gone. I have a hard time believing that the pressure doesn't get to Ryan Fitzpatrick, who is already, again, turning the football over like crazy. I mean, he threw 6 picks against Kansas City, came back and threw another 3 against Seattle. I mean, this dude is turning the football over. I mean, he's just turning it over. And when he's not turning it over, he's locking on the wide receivers. He's not finding the open guy, which is super frustrating, especially when you watch the film and you see guys that are literally running wide open down the field and he can't find them. And even if they're running deep and he has a deep shot, he doesn't have the arm to hit those guys. So balls are just hanging up in the air. Guys are having to come back and make a play on the ball instead of continuing to run wide open and catch a ball being led by the quarterback. He's not doing any of those things. He's not reading the defense well. It's just offensively, I can't see us really doing much against the Steelers. Their front is going to get after us. Absolutely. They have a front that will just put you to shame. I mean, You know, you got Harrison up there. Just so many guys. Hayward. I mean, all these guys can just get after us defensively. Um, you know, as far as our defense, I just feel like we're food. We have no answer for Antonio Brown because Revis is doubtful. I doubt that he plays. He has an ankle issue, and even if he does, he's not going to be 100%. And even if he is 100%, it really doesn't matter because he's been giving up big plays. This secondary as a whole has been giving up big plays all season long. There's been blown coverages in every single game. There's been a blown coverage where guys are just running wide open from the opposing offense and the defense. They're catching touchdowns. Our safeties have had all types of miscommunication issues all season long. Calvin Pryor's looking terrible in coverage. Everybody's just looking bad. Like our defenses look bad. We have no answer for Antonio Brown. We have no answer for Sammy Coates. We have, no answer for, Jesse James, a tight end that can catch the football. They also have a backup tight end, the Steelers have, and he's very solid. They're working him in as well. We have no answer for him whatsoever. Le'Veon Bell, I think, is going to be able to, run the ball decently. I think as the game wears on, because the defense is going to be on the field for so long, because I think they're going to shut down our offense. I think that eventually Le'Veon is just going to start finding those running lanes, and he's going to start cutting us up. But I think where he will be extremely effective this game is coming out the backfield. I think that's just going to be a nightmare for us. We're not going to beat the Steelers. We're just not. We're not going to beat the Steelers. So I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this game. I'm frustrated with the Jets. I think that Todd Bowles yet again is going to get outcoached. I think this is a game where Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to come out, throw some interceptions, and we're probably going to see Geno Smith moving forward after this game. The Jets have been disappointing all season. I'm very disappointed in the team. I'm extremely disappointed in the play of Ryan Fitzpatrick, even though I told a lot of people before the season started I didn't want him back here. I didn't think he was going to play well. I thought that, the good defenses that we had coming up this year was going to expose him, and I was completely right. He's been exposed. But the lack of adjustments by this, offensive and defensive staff is just mind-boggling, especially defensively, especially Todd Bowles. His lack of adjustments are just mind-boggling. It's just all bad here. It's just all bad. But yet again, I am taking the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this game. I'd be surprised if we were within 7 points when it was all said and done. So, with that said, I want to thank you guys for watching, man. Comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about my picks. Also, let's talk about your teams too, man. What are you guys doing? How do you think your team is going to end up this week? Comment down below and let me know. So as always, guys, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Peace.